What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Project Ozone Lite. Oh yeah, guys. So last episode we started working on busting through our quest book and getting some of the mechanism things done and so on and so forth. Today I kind of want to finish up a few more quests before we jump into new things. I was looking at this extra life when we talked about this before and I was like, I don't really want to do it, but honestly, this really is not that bad. We need 4 carbon rods, which we have on auto craft. The lapis carbon rods, actually we need 4 of those, so we can auto craft those up really quickly. They're done, like it was instant, right? We needed, what else do we need? The flask of crossed souls. The flask of crossed souls is a pretty easy thing. Now that we have the botanical brewery set up, we might as well get this done. So we need nether wart and soul sand, paper, apple, bone. Paper, apple, bone. Then we need nether wart and soul sand. Nether wart and a soul sand. All right. So that is the components that we need. Then we also need the, what is it called? An alpha glass. Do we have that? Did I make extras before? I did. Oh my goodness. I am a smart person by making a few extras. Okay, so we can put these things over here. So we just put the vial right there, and then we can just queue the rest of the ingredients on here, and they just go into the correct spaces. Is that right? Do I have to click this with a wand? I see paper, apple, bone meal, nether wart, soul sand. That's all we needed, right? Let me just go back and double check that I didn't make a stupid here. So nether wart, soul sand, paper. Oh, it's paper, not bone meal. Wait, no. What? How did I mess that up? What did I do? Somehow we got paper on there. No, we need paper. No, I put bone meal instead of a bone. Give me that. How do I get that back off? Give me that. Right now, give it to me. Put it in my inventory right now. Seriously, how do I get that out of there? Left click, shift left click, right click, shift right click. Oh, you have to right click the center thing. Okay, there we go. Got it. All right, so we needed a bone, not a bone meal. Whoops. Got it. Okay, so we'll just queue the right ingredients back on there. There it is. So that should go pretty quick since we have the upgraded mana spreader plus the lens on there. Although I don't know, maybe this is a recipe that just takes a minute. No, that was pretty quick. So there's flask of crossed souls. So the other part of this is we needed to get ourselves draconian dust. Yeah, can I do detect submit? Does that like show up? Yeah. So we need draconian dust. I was looking in our system here. Whoop, wrong one. Draconian dust. We don't have any draconian dust. Now, yeah, in order for us to get that, we're gonna have to go back to the nether. And I'm pretty sure we came across a meteor or 2. So I think it's time for us to head back here real quick. I just want to go to the end. Biffa was here. I want to go to the end real quick here and just take a look at the mini map. So we went all the way over here and I kind of flew around a little bit. Didn't we come across a meteor? Is that one like right here? No. Maybe we didn't see a meteor. So I need to fly around the end here for a little bit, try and uncover a meteor. I'm pretty sure that I saw one, but I guess I must be mistaken. We need to come across a meteor and then mine it for the draconium that it contains, right? So anyway, I'm going to go fly out this direction a little bit. I probably could grab a pearl and warp or whatever, but I'll just fly out this way since I already went this way before tracking down that rogue dragon previously. Anyway, I'm going to go try and find a meteor and we'll be right back. All right, guys, so I just flew out from the main island over to the very first island here, and I saw a piece of draconium just sitting there on the surface. I was like, oh, cool. So I went to go mine it, and there's another one below, and I vein mined it, and I accidentally vein mined a little bit of the island here. But there's like draconium ore all over the place. Did they get rid of meteors now? Is it just spawned right into the end stuff? I have no idea how this works. Yeah, you can see I accidentally grabbed a bunch of endstone here. So we got a stack plus 11. That's more than enough for that quest. Let me turn my magnet on real quick. There's also another magnet from Draconic Evolution called the item dislocator. It's a magnet I'm probably going to end up making here very, very soon. And then there's an upgraded version, the awakened item dislocator, which grabs items like instantly from up to 32 blocks away. It's like really powerful. This one's probably gonna be good enough. And I think there's another one. I think it's just called item magnet, or isn't it from quantum? Maybe it's not in here anymore. Anyway, I'll probably end up making that draconic evolution magnet. It's a little bit better than the coin of fortune in my opinion, because it grabs from just a little bit further away. Anyway, so we got a little bit more draconium here. Yeah, this is kind of cool. I wasn't really expecting like all the draconium like that. I guess I should probably eat. Get a little noms going on. I wasn't expecting all this draconium here. We can also get some of this stuff, I guess, if we want to farm this. Yeah, but like I said, I just saw one on the surface. And I just went after it, and then we ended up seeing all of those extra ores. So I think we could, at this point, go and try and finish the quest since we have the draconium dust. Detect, submit. Yeah, this is now done, so we can claim that heart. Now, is this a repeatable quest? And did it use any of those items? Yeah, it did take those items away, I guess. So I guess we go done, complete, cool down false. No, I guess that is just a one-time quest. I thought that might have been a repeatable one. Okay, well, we got what we wanted to do done. Although, if we're going to get to draconic evolution at any point, we probably should find a little bit more draconium dust than that. But for right now, that's going to satisfy our needs, so I'm going to head back. Alright guys, so we got that quest done. That was fairly easy at this point in the game. Just the draconium dust is the only thing that we were lacking. So now that we got that done, there's another quest. Well, I guess the Avaridia stuff is what's left on this main section, so we're going to hold off on that for a little bit. We have another quest here on the Agricultural Revolution. This is our Carrots quest, which we weren't able to complete before because these weren't registering, so they were manually completed for me by the admin. So we'll go ahead and let's do bottom loot chest today. I think that sounds pretty good. So now this section is 100%. Endless Revolution is done. Mana Evolution done. Energistics is done. Generation is going to be our next stop. So we're going to have to start looking at these solar arrays and big, or I guess extreme reactors. Let's pop this loot chest. Draconic cores. All right, that's kind of cool. Says it's a rare reward. We've already gotten that how many times now? Okay, so anyway, let's get back into our quest book here. So our next quest was to make a solar array tier 2. Let's take a look at this. Solar panel, or is it panel tier 2? I guess these are called solar panel II. Okay, they're doing Roman numerals. So in order to do this, we have to craft the first one plus a piston. And the first one was the mirrors plus planks plus redstone. The mirrors are the glass panes plus iron. Now I can't remember, did we do a solar? We made the first one, we never made a pattern for it. So it's probably gonna be a good idea for us to come in here and make a pattern for these things. Because I imagine we're gonna wanna craft these automatically. So there's a mirror. I'll go ahead and put some in there. And then we need this. Okay, so that's craftable now. And then the tier 2. Oh, wait, where's this? Why did that not go in there? Don't we have to just do that for a tier 2? All right, so there's a tier 2. I don't know why when I shift click that, it didn't do this. Okay, so we got those in there. So now we can bring those into the system. We'll have to find a spot somewhere in our molecular assemblers here. How about starting right here? That looks fine to me. So now we need to make a tier 2 to make the tier 3. Tier II. No. Solar panel. I'll just do it this way. Yeah, that's weird. It doesn't... Oh, it's not the same because it has a charge. All right. So let's tell it to make this. So it's going to have to make 8 more of those. Oh, no, I guess it is going to use that one. I don't know. That's weird. Anyway, let's craft that up. That should be a pretty quick craft. All right, so that's done. So the solar panel tier 3 requires a photovoltaic cell 1, which requires mirrors, lapis, and glass. All of these things are things that we are definitely able to do. Mirror. Yeah, make sure we have one of those in the system for it to put down here. All right, so there's our photovoltaic cell. Can I just craft that? Cool. All right, so we got one of those done for the tier 3. We need an iron block recipe. I don't think we have iron blocks already being made in the system, so I'll just do that. And then finally, tier 2s plus a redstone repeater, which I don't know if we have this stuff on AutoCraft, so I'll go ahead and make recipes for these as well. And that requires regular stone, which we have a lot in the system, so I think we're going to be okay on that situation. And oh, that was this thing. Let me craft one of those. I need another redstone torch, probably. Dang it. I don't want to take the time to put all those patterns in the system so I can craft this thing up. I just want to craft one. All right, so there's that, and there's that. Okay, there we go. So there is a solar panel tier 2. No, that's tier 3. And that looks like they crafted up 2 of them, right? So we can do this guy, that guy, one of those, one of these, and one of them. Okay, so yeah, so we get 2 solar panel tier 3s for doing all that stuff. So solar panel tier 3 next. So it looks like we're missing glass panes. So that means we don't have a pattern in the system to turn regular old glass into glass panes. So we'll do that. I'm gonna have to make some more blank patterns. Yeah, I wasn't sure if we had any in the system. Does not look like it. Okay, so we'll get those crafting up now. And then I could put the glass pane recipe probably down here as well. You know, to make things a little bit simpler, I'm going to put the solars all on their own line here so I know which ones we're at, where they go, etc. So we're not just kind of like spreading the solars all over the place. Okay, so now that we have those done, solar panel tier 4 would be our next one, right? Solar tier 3, we got to craft those up so we can use that in the following recipe. That should just take a few seconds. Yeah, our AE system is pretty quick. All right, so tier 4, we need a recipe for a clock. What else do we need here? Photovoltaic cell 2. So that's mirrors plus photovoltaic cell 1, clay, and lapis. Okay, so we need to craft one of those and to craft one of those. And then we can tell it to make a pattern for this. Why did that not work? Because we used all the mirrors. That's why. Okay, so there's that and that. Nice. All right, so we can put those in the system. All right, guys, so I tell you what, it's going to be the same thing repeated over and over and over again until we get to the higher tiers. I'll just keep making these recipes and going along to the higher tiers until something interesting comes along. Anyway, be right back. Okay, guys, so we now have tier 8 solar panels. I want to try and get all those quests done. I was planning on doing all of these, but as it turns out, to get to the draconic solar panel, we need 4 of the tier 8s. We have 2, so 1 craft gives us 2, but we need 4 of those. Plus, we need wyvern cores, so that means we're gonna have to get into the draconic evolution fusion crafting and the draconic cores, which means, yeah, we need to get the tier 2 style fusion crafters. So we can't quite do that yet, but we got a good portion of these solars done. Let's take a look at these solar. We got all of these different crafts in here. Photovoltaic, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have patterns for all of the different solars, so we can go all the way up to tier 8 and craft these. Now, if I wanted to craft a tier 8, this requires a lot of stuff here. You can see it requires 1,376 logs. We don't have a tree farm set up, guys. So what I ended up doing is I made wood seeds. I've made a bunch of the seeds in here a long time ago. Like if we do mystical, you can see we have a lot of these different seeds in here. I made patterns for all these a while ago. So I crafted up the wood seeds. I also crafted up dirt seeds, wherever those are, probably closer to the top because we got more of them now. Yeah, we have dirt seeds, wood seeds, and then also from previously we made water seeds. We need water plus dirt to make clay. Clay was one of those things that we were running out of. That's not a natural resource that we've been collecting through sifting or whatever. And then we're also using a whole lot of wood. So I planted wood seeds over at our farm over there. So yeah, we now have wood essence, this stuff. So 3 wood essence turns into 16 logs. So that's a pretty good value. I think that's one of those resources we should always have going. I'm kind of thinking though that we're not going to need as much of this as what we're currently collecting. It might be an idea to set up that farm over there with one seed from each of these different things that we use sometimes. Like we sometimes need clay, we sometimes need the dirt and the water essence. Wood, I don't think we're gonna need a full section as much as what I'm collecting right there. So yeah, we might just like remove a lot of the seeds and just plant one of each type there and go that way. We'll have to see how it goes. But yeah, the solar panel, the tier 8, this thing is super expensive. The wood is a big cost. Sand we already have made, so that's not a big deal. Cobblestone, this was another thing. It needed like 516 cobblestone, right? So we have cobblestone coming into the system over here, and we had the cobblestone, the double compressed cobblestone being piped over into this thing. It was sitting on top, and so this was part of the network, and this one was a part of the network. So I would tell it to craft and be like, oh, we have a little bit of cobblestone, but then like it would convert itself and get put up here, and then the craft wouldn't start. Like I couldn't press the start button. So I was like, ah, that's such a pain. So what I ended up doing was moving our double, triple, quadruple compressed cobblestone away from here. So this thing is not a part of the storage drawer network anymore up above. So yeah, I guess that is also a problem. We're not getting sand over here if we need more sand. But yeah, we're able to get the cobblestone over here to turn into gravel, right? No, actually, I guess I broke everything. I need to put a trim or something here, maybe another controller. Maybe that needs to be its own separate controller. Anyway, we were having problems. It wouldn't start until I removed this and I put that up there. And then I made patterns in the applied energistic system to turn double compress into 9 compressed, and then the 9 compressed into cobblestone. And then everything started working again. So that's awesome. Okay, so we got that problem solved, sort of. I had to make pattern for the redstone lamp. Let's see what else we got in here. Blaze rods we're starting to run out of. We don't have a way to renewably get these. Nether quartz, we don't have a way to renewably get these. Dragon's breath, that's another thing that goes into the tier 7s, I think. Tier 8s require dragon eggs, tier 7 requires dragon breath. So I'm glad I grabbed that when I did, but we don't have a whole lot of this stuff. So we'll have to figure that out later if we go like crazy with these solars. But yeah, you can see we have compressed cobblestone being made from the double compressed. So that's why we have that. We have the essences that we're using for the clay and the wood, making a bunch of pistons and all the other things. And this says we're missing 2 dragon eggs. So that's another problem. Do we have dragon egg seeds in here? I know I've played a pack before that had them. It does not look like it. So according to this, the only way we're going to get dragon eggs is by killing the dragon boss. I don't even know what's going on in this recipe here. It's requiring a whole lot of power using eggs for something. I don't know. So yeah, that's going to be a problem. So we have our 2 tier 8 solars. Both of these generate 32,000 RF per tick, which is crazy. So we can do 64,000 RF per tick off the sun. Currently, with these dynamos we've been running off the whole time, we're making, I believe, 10,000, 11,000 RF per tick between the 2 of those. That's the power going out. This is the power coming in minus the power going out, I think. Anyway, that's with these things, upgrade all the way to resonant, and with 2 of the transmission coil, and then the specialization ignition plugged, and then a fuel efficiency. So we gotta get rid of this whole setup here, place down 1 solar, and be doing 3 times the amount of power that we're currently making. It's kind of crazy when you think about that. I was looking at this a little while ago, speaking about these dynamos. Our drum full of fuel, full, 100% full. Our oil drum over here, I think we're losing, so I think eventually we're gonna run out of oil, even though we have all these cows here being milked, I guess oiled, whatever you want to call it, being ranched by the rancher. Yeah, I just don't think we're gonna be able to keep up with this setup indefinitely, but we're gonna be able to run for a very long time because of this drum, which is pretty awesome. I don't know if we're gonna set up the solar panels just yet. Like, it makes sense to have them, but we don't have anything that requires that much power just yet. And I would rather have like infrastructure for storing massive amounts of power, like the draconic evolution, the Powerball thing. So we'll probably hold off on using those until a little bit later, but if we need power, we definitely have that available, which is pretty awesome. Okay, so we have all of these quests. Oh, maybe not. That was a retreat. I heard the ding on each one of those. I specifically went in and I heard the ding on each of these, but it doesn't show that they are completed. Why is that? Let's go do solar tier 3. Yeah, because I put that in my inventory. I clicked off, it made the ding, and then I went and I made the next one without really looking at this. I wonder why that didn't craft, or that didn't get registered there. That is very weird. So the longest part of making all these solar panels at this point in time is glass, because our glass is being made through our redstone furnace, and that's not the fastest thing in the world for making glass, apparently. So let's put one of these in my inventory here. And I completed again? Oh, maybe I just never did the solar tier 3, because all these other ones now are complete. So yeah, we can't do the array, the draconic solar array, or the chaotic one. Okay, so let's go through the quest book here. Let's clean all of these. We're going to get a lot of loot chests here, which is a potential for something super OP and super cheaty. Very much hoping that we get something. The repair talisman that we got previously is very, very good, but I'd like to see something better. I don't know what all the possible rewards are, but I would like to see something better, or maybe equivalent. Let's not get greedy here. Solar array tier 5, is that going to go through all of them now? I guess so. Okay, so we got storage upgrade tier 4. That's an ultra rare reward? That's not really that impressive for an ultra rare. Witherless rose. We got some cryo-stabilized flux ducts. That's cool. Those transfer infinite power. Cave spider charm. 32 mystical fertilizer. We got epic bacon. And finally, we get 7 compact giant chance cubes. Those are okay. We could have seen much better rewards, but you know, you can't really complain. All right. So going back to this, we have all the solars done. The next step is to start working towards the extreme reactors. There's a lot of crafting that's going to be involved in getting this done, so I'll go ahead and craft each one of these items. I don't think there's anything special about any of them. I think we might have to make graphite, and the server is going to restart in 1 minute. Okay, well, I'll go ahead and take a break. I'll start crafting some of these things, and we'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, so once again, I made a bunch of patterns for all of the extreme reactor stuff. So we got all of these done. The only one I don't have in here is the controller, but if we set up an extreme reactor, we're probably not going to make more than one. So I didn't figure it was worth making a pattern for that. Probably not worth making a pattern for the reactor access port, since we're only ever going to make 2 of those. Everything else in here, I think is, well, maybe the power tap. We're only going to make 1 of those as well. Everything else, I think, is fine for patterns, but we have those all in there. The final thing is I just need 1 more reactor casing thingy. And there it is. So reactor controller, I did make a pattern to turn coal into graphite using a redstone furnace. Again, that's going pretty slow, but it'll work for now. So we'll just go ahead and craft that guy up, which should complete the quest, and it does. Okay, so now we have everything done here. So we'll get the bottom loot chest. All right, so what do we get now? Not that. This. We get 64 nether stars. Wow. That's actually a really good reward. I mean, we have lots of nether stars at this point, so that's not a big deal. But as far as rewards go, that's not a bad one, right? I like that. Okay, so we can put those away, this, and the controller away. So what we're going to be doing is we'll set up an extreme reactor, I'm sure, very soon. I was trying to figure out what I want to do with it. And then we're also going to have to figure out how we're going to get the coolant for it. I don't think we're going to be able to have time today to get this all done. I feel like we're about ready to say goodbye to our compression dynamos over here. They've served their purpose and they've been working really well, but they're not gonna stand up to like the amount of power that we can get out of an extreme reactor. And then plus the extreme reactor is also going to get us cyanide and plutonium. I don't know if those in this pack have a use. they might have some kind of use. Well, for instance, ludicrite comes from the plutonium, so we definitely need the plutonium itself. Is there any weird recipes to get that, or do we have to do induction smelter? No. All right, so it looks like the only way to get plutonium is through cyanide. 8 cyanide will manually craft into 1 plutonium. Is there a way to get cyanide? I've seen in packs before we can craft yellorium and sand together to get cyanide. That is not the case in this mod pack. So we have to put yellorium through the extreme reactor. It'll process, produce power, give us cyanide, and the cyanide's the spent fuel. Then we can use that to turn into plutonium. So that's the way that's going to work. The fuel situation for that, we have 172,000 yellorium ingots. I think we're good. I think we're going to be okay. We do have the ability to make yellorium seeds so we can craft more of this stuff, but we've been getting so much of the yellorium essence just from sifting. I don't think that's going to be a thing we're going to have to worry about. Whoops, I accidentally hit the Windows key and it minimized the game and paused the recording. You know, my keyboard has a button on there. It's like a game joystick button thing, which stops the Windows key from working. And I always forget to use that while I'm recording or playing games because I always use the Windows key for everything. Oh, geez. So I was just looking here in their quest book. After the reactor complete, after just getting one of every one of these parts, the next thing it wants us to do is get a stack of plutonium. Okay, so that means we're going to need 8 stacks of processed fuel to get a stack of plutonium. That's a little crazy, I think. I don't know how much of the ludicrate we're going to need, or this one, a reactor upgraded. I'm not sure what that is. So yeah, we're going to definitely have to look at setting up a big reactor, extreme reactor next time. Is there anything else that we can do at this point? Yeah, Draconic Evolution is going to be our next step. So probably what we're going to end up doing, I think, next episode, we'll look at setting up the big reactor, and then we're going to be jumping into Draconic Evolution. We could set up, or we can make the Draconic tablet at this point. Let me see. That should be a pretty inexpensive recipe. Yeah, stone around a draconium dust. All right, so let's go ahead and make one of those real quick. The Draconic Evolution tablet is nice. There it is, knowledge to the max. This thing kind of gives you everything you need to know about Draconic Evolution. A little bit of lag while it downloads data, I assume. But yeah, you can click on that button here, and then it gives you all the different sections for all the different items. Like if you want to get a mob soul, how that's done. Like these animations, that's kind of cool. So fusion crafting, how that's all set up. Yeah, all that kind of information is all in here. It's a nice in-game manual for the mod. I think the mod author did an excellent job on doing that. So let's go in here. We'll claim this reward real quick. Oh, I guess we got another one done for killing the dragon. So let's do this and let's claim this. Kill Ender Dragon 101. Done. I'm glad that updated. What's the final one there? Back to the quest book. What is this? Oh, this wants us to kill the Guardian. The Chaos Guardian. Okay, so we're definitely have to get it into Draconic Evolution armor before we even think about that. There's a lot of Draconic Evolution stuff we're going to have to do before we look at getting that one done. Guys, we're going to go and wrap the episode up here for today. We got a lot of good stuff going on. This Enderman now hates me. Let me fly up here. You can't get me, neener, neener, neener. We got a lot of good stuff done today. Most of the sections of the quest book, the earlier game stuff, you know, the basic things are done, which is fantastic. We're going to be getting into the more end game stuff here. Draconic Evolution, Avaridia, these kinds of things. This guy's all following me. Get away from me, guy. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember, leave a like on the episode if you liked it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.